Certainly, Bravo. Well, you'd understand then when she appeared at the East London Magistrate Court that there was a contingent of the ANC's Women Caucus League that is based in the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality, who gathered there, essentially condemning also the acts of human trafficking, alleged human trafficking that is leveled against that teacher from Sinomonde Primary School. But amongst the ANC Women's Caucus, we understand also some other political parties have since come out and spoken out against that very same teacher. I know of the Economic Freedom Fighters here in the Eastern Cape under its chairperson, Vena, and also other non-political organizations, your human rights activists and even children activists that are based in the Eastern Cape have spoken out against that grievous, or rather that distorting news of that teacher. But joining us right now from the perspective then of the National Prosecuting Authority, we are joined by the spokesperson right here in the province of the Eastern Cape. Just to elaborate further, perhaps, as prosecution are they ready enough and prepared for this case? Mr. Tyali, thank you very much for joining us. Perhaps let's start here. You got the case, and as the NPA here in the province, perhaps paint us a picture then of what the charges are and whether or not are you prepared for the case itself?
This case has been in 2 years in making because it emanated from a whistleblower, someone who was walking past that alleged brothel in Quickney in East London. And that person noticed that there were children that she believed were younger than those that should be operating as sex workers in that building. So she went to report to the police, and then it was investigated, guided by a prosecutor. And we believe that when we decided now to do a takedown, where we effected the arrest and enrolled the matter in court last week, we were of the view that we have enough evidence to convince the court that the accused person is guilty of the charges. So, in as far as evidence is concerned, we only advised the police to effect the arrests once we were satisfied that we have enough evidence.
Mm-hmm. I know you'd be aware then of the Omotoso case that was happening in Gqeberha and other similar cases, even that pertain to gender-based violence. The acquittal then of some of those accused, they raise concerns within the I suppose for lack of a better term, I'd say the strength then of the evidence that is being provided by the NPA. Should we see a similar case with this one, or perhaps you maintain that you are confident given that you've just alluded to a whistleblower?
We are very confident. We need to treat a case in its own merits. This is a different case, and as I've given you the background, we were able to get enough time to guide investigations and only advise that arrest be effected once we are satisfied with the investigations and the evidence that is contained in that docket. So we strongly believe that we have a case, and when the matter returns to court on Thursday, we expect the accused person to apply for bail, and it is a Schedule 6 offence, so it will be up to her to convince the court as to whether it is in the interest of justice for her to be released on bail. As the state, we will oppose such an application because we believe this is a very serious matter.
Mm-hmm. Presumptuous as it may be, just walk us through then the charge sheet. Are we expecting that more charges will be added, or even other accomplices to be added as well?
This is an ongoing investigation, of course, but if there's evidence to the effect that there should be more charges added, then that will be made. But for now, we believe that the investigation is almost complete. But if there are more people that come forward, that then would dictate that charges be amended and more charges added. For now, we believe that we are ready with what we've got.
Mr. Tyali, thank you very much for your time. Of course, Luxolo Tyali, the Eastern Cape Provincial NPA spokesperson, of course, talking about the case involving a 52-year-old teacher, that is Ms. Gana, who is alleged to be human trafficking minor children here in the Eastern Cape in the Transkei region. Of course, the spokesperson mentioning a variety of charges, and whether or not there are going to be other charges that will be added, that is solely dependent then on the progression of the case itself. Meanwhile, Bravuyo, we understand that the Department of Education has also added that they are going to be taking then the employee to the sexual offences office to ensure then, because of the extent of the charges against her, they are going to relay that information then to that sexual offences office. Meanwhile, they are also going to be approaching the SAYS, that is the council responsible for the employment and the registration then of educators across the country. So certainly they take the issue very seriously.
Liam Vumisa, live from Mthatha.